I'll show you how it's done. Shazam!
Hey everybody, welcome back to Undeveloped, and here I have another movie review for you guys. This time we're talking about Madam Web, the highly lauded movie that everyone's dunking on this week. Anyways, we're going to give you our experiences. Is it really as bad as people say? Please let us know what you think about it in the comments. Well, the comments below, but we are going to get into our own details. This movie is directed by S.J. Clarkson. She is mostly known for directing TV episodes. She directed episodes of like just random shows like Succession, Anatomy of a Scandal, Jessica Jones, Owns Turn, stuff like that. Just random. There's like random TV shows. She's been doing this for a long time. I think this is her first movie, maybe. At least it's the first movie I see.
I would say random TV shows. All these TV shows are pretty big.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, this is her first feature film directing. Honestly, from a plot standpoint, it's actually not even a bad plot.
Yes, I like the plot. I like the idea. I like the idea of the villain. You know what I mean? Like, because
he's just a dude fighting for survival.
He's a dude fighting for survival. That's it.
Yeah.
He's motivated by survival. You know what I mean? That's all that is.
And a movie like this, it's good for a movie like this to have a simple villain because you're establishing a lot of characters at once for your protagonist.
And he has to do these horrible things at fault because if he waits too long, he's every day just him getting close to death.
Yeah, and he's haunted by the dreams every night.
Every night, he's like, "Yo, I have to kill. I have to kill them so to save my life and to help me sleep at night."
Yeah, I just want to have a good night's sleep. Damn it!
But he goes innocent girls who haven't grown to their powers yet. In a way, it's kind of like it's kind of like Transformers 1. It's kind of like the first Transformers meet the other movie I mentioned earlier. That this was like.
Was like?
You forgot what I said.
I remember we were comparing to 2000 superhero movies.
No, in this video just now, I mentioned around the time we began. I compared it to another movie.
You did?
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember.
And I'm blanking on it too. I was comparing it. It was specifically what she was doing with her powers. It was something about how she's using her powers. The whole. It was pretty much about how she's using time.
Oh, everything ever all at once.
Everything all at once. Yeah, it's like everything everywhere all at once. Meet. Now I'm like other movie I just mentioned. Meet the Terminator in a way. Because with terms of her powers, it kind of reminds me of that, but because the Terminator is like time.
Yeah,
and racing against time to save your life.
Yeah, and because you're traveling through time to save some kid's life.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the concept of Terminator.
Yeah, like it is like kind of a weird mishmash of plots, but again, on paper, a lot of this sounds really good. It's just in the execution, this movie kind of fails at points.
Yeah. The direction and the writing is kind of lazy, kind of uninspired.
Like no one here really gives a good performance.
I mean, Dakota Johnson's okay. She's not bad.
She has
Isabela Merced
moments,
out of all the kids is probably the least sucky.
I guess.
Sydney Sweeney was bad.
Yeah.
She was like just like I don't know, some like shit. The facial expressions weren't really there. It didn't really match the intensities or the tone of the scene at the time. Mm-hmm. And the villain only get started with Tahar Rahim.
Oh no, he's the worst. I'm pretty confident they dubbed over him.
He probably doesn't speak English at all very well, and they probably got someone to pretty much re-record dialogue over him.
It's very obvious. It's incredibly distracting.
Yeah. Everything he says is pretty much ADR.
Yes.
It's almost like if you watch the Hercules movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
How they dub someone else's voice over him. It felt like that. It felt like I feel like his audio was being dubbed.
And because I hated literally every scene where he opened his mouth.
Yeah.
The scenes where he was silent were actually mostly fine.
I thought Adam Scott did good given given what he was given.
You could tell he didn't care too much. He
But
was getting a paycheck.
But
he
I
was
actually
fine.
like his portrayal of Ben Parker. I think that's a decent, I think that's a nice modern approach to the character. They always look at him as being some old dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's actually young. You know what I mean? Look at Cass. He's pretty much Adam Scott in pretty much anything. He's not really a character with too much range.
No.
Even though I heard the show that he's in right now is pretty good, Severance. But he's pretty much the same kind of guy. Normal white guy, a little sarcastic. Kind of like Jason Bateman a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In a way. But a little more upbeat, a little more expressive.
The only time where he
Maybe it's a little more
the only time
deadpan.
I noticed him play someone noticeably different would be in The Good Place, or plays like a total asshole.
Yeah.
That's it.
And also Step Brothers. So I like him Step Brothers. He played a huge douche.
He's also
in Step
douching
Brothers.
that. Yeah, you're right.
He was hilarious. He was fucking hilarious in that. Mm-hmm. He was absolutely hilarious in Step Brothers. I mean,
Yeah.
that one was great. Step Brothers, some of the comedies like easily in my top 10. Step Brothers is probably Will Ferrell's best movie in my opinion. Him and John C. Reilly was great together. It was funny, but whatever. Like, have you seen Step Brothers?
I have, yes.
Did you like it?
I thought it was okay. I'm really just not crazy about Will Ferrell's comedy. I just don't
Fair
think it's
enough.
that funny.
Okay, I'm not sure. I guess everybody's not for everything. But yeah, the way I see it is like, I think okay, I don't know what the points to make here. Let me get back. Yeah, I mean, I thought he was good. I thought he was Adam Scott, but I thought it worked for the character. Mm-hmm. I thought he did his job very well. Mike Epps was barely in it. He got killed off quickly.
Yeah. Why is
what I'm
he
saying?
even here?
It's Madam Web, but she's not Madam Web yet. It's
No.
Madam Web Origins, which she
Basically.
becomes Madam Web in the last 2 minutes of the movie.
Yeah. Basically.
Which is fine, you know what I mean? Because I get it, because it takes a lot
Yeah.
of development, so she's not going to become that huge hero that we see with the suit and everything.
Yeah, it's an origin story. It's whatever.
I actually wouldn't mind seeing a sequel. I really want it, actually.
Honestly,
Because there's more story to
kinda
tell here.
don't. Yeah, like the thing is, the only thing that's like I'm hesitant about is like because of performances. I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
sure if I want to see
I'll do
this
some
trio of
recasting.
girls.
I'll do some recasting for sure.
Yeah, because man,
But it's not really the performance, it's also the direction, too, because as an actor, there's but so much you could do with a director that's not really
true. I
directing
mean,
the way you should
again,
be.
we do have some examples of actually good, talented people here only giving okay
And the
performances.
writing is not that great. The dialogue isn't that great.
No, it's really
You
not.
know what I mean?
Well, the story is solid. The dialogue is
Yeah.
ugh.
The story is solid, but the screenplay is not that good. Everything execution-wise failed.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But the idea, the concept is pretty damn good.
Yeah. Again, like I like this plot from a conceptual stage.
It
Like,
was
this could
entertaining.
make a good movie.
It's entertaining. It just wasn't put together properly.
Honestly, yeah, this movie is actually fairly entertaining. I wasn't really bored watching it at all. It has this weird early 2000s charm. I guess maybe because the movie takes place in that time period.
The entire movie did a good job recreating the entire 2000 experience, not just in universe itself.
Mm-hmm.
It also did a good job. It also did a good job of recreating how a 2000 Superman movie would go.
This is not
Like
out
the
of,
Daredevil.
this is not out of place in movies like Daredevil, Fantastic Four, Elektra. This fits in right in with those.
Yeah.
So if you like have nostalgia for that or like those, you might like this. You might have a good time with
The
this.
cinematography, the color palettes. There's this one scene with Dakota Johnson is in her fucking apartment, and you see that sunlight shining through a window, and that sort of reminds me of like a 2000s kind of movie with maybe like a Hitch or like a Catwoman. It's that old style. It's like if this feels like 2000s. Alicia Keys, New York. Like I'm cool with it. Very jazzy. Like I dig this vibe. You know what I mean? And with the villains and the color, it looks like a 2000s movie. It looked like I'm watching
really
like
does.
it looked like I'm watching like an Elektra or Catwoman or Daredevil. Like it gave off those vibes,
It did.
and I liked it. I really did.
Yeah.
It brought back nostalgia for me.
Yeah. I mean, really, those movies really weren't good, but they have a weird, awkward charm about them, I guess.
Yeah. It's just it's more about nostalgia than actually being good.
Yeah. And and ironically, that's Man Web's kind of biggest strength.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the hate that they're getting, the real, like 13% is ridiculous.
No,
I don't think it's that
not
bad.
that low.
But I know it's an aggregate score though. It's more like
I know.
out
It's
of everyone's each individual publication.
Like
is saying-
13% are giving a positive review. That's
Exactly.
what it's saying.
That's really what it is.
It's not saying it's like, oh, one of the worst movies of all time. That's how
Yeah.
aggregates work.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I do have a tendency to look at it as like an actual compounded
Well,
score.
most people
No.
do. Like
Yeah.
that's a very common misconception people have watching scores like that.
Yeah, that just means 50% of people like the movie.
Yeah.
30% of critics specifically like the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, because again, that's what happens. You only have two options of fresh or run. They get tiled up in these scores, and it all gets all muddled. It doesn't really represent what people actually say about it.
Yeah, I mean, 30% of people actually give the movies a thumbs up. Said it was pretty damn good.
Yeah. But with it, yeah. Honestly, I'm convinced that a lot of the hate from this movie isn't coming from people who really actually watch it. I think a good chunk of it's coming from people who just watched the trailers and made like assumptions about it based on that, which I don't blame them because the trailer is awful.
The trailer is terrible.
Yeah, that's an awful trailer.
Did a terrible job. The trailer was excite you. You're supposed to overhype the fucking, you know what I mean?
But that movie kind of underhyped it.
Yeah.
It made it look like the worst thing that would come out this year.
This is the rare circumstance when the movie was actually better than the fucking trailer.
Yeah. Apparently, there's actually lines in the trailer that were cut from the movie because they were so bad, which, good. Good.
Yeah. But
cut that shit out.
But in terms of that's all I got.
Yeah, same here. I think we put everything we have on the table. Overall, not as bad as the critics are saying, but with that being said, it's not a particularly good movie either.
Yeah, I might get a movie with 44.
Yeah, I was thinking 45, to be honest. Like, I'm looking like, yeah, I could give this a mid-40s, 50 at the absolute highest, but that's kind of a stretch.
Yeah, on a good day, maybe 50, but I think I'm staying at a 44.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. This movie is, again, I personally wouldn't watch this one in the theaters. I'd wait for streaming for this one if you're interested.
Yeah.
It's not really worth theater money, but you can have fun with it. It's not... Yeah. It's not as bad as people are saying.
It's not a shit show.
No.
It's a shit show, but not in that kind of way.
The way people are talking about it, you think this is Night Swim.
Night Swim was a shit show. That was bad. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This isn't bad. It's just execution is kind of lousy.
Yeah.
This is mediocre. It's a mediocre movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's mediocre. It's subpar. Mm-hmm. It's mediocrity at its best.
Yeah. Because honestly, the worst Marvel movies are probably even worse than this.
Yeah, I've seen more movies I think were worse than this.
Yeah. Sure. I'd take this over Thor: The Dark World.
Sure, I wouldn't.
Not saying much, but hey. With that being said, folks, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button. Go let us know what you thought about this movie in the comments below. Make sure you support good movies in the movie theater, so if you something catches your eye, go see it.
Yes.
And we'll catch you next time for the next movie review. Coming real soon.
Next time. Later, y'all.